All right, everyone, welcome back. Here we are, VCW Desolation at the end of February, and we have 177 people in attendance. Before we get to the show, I tried to screenshot it when I was going through the weeks leading up to the event, but I don't know, for some reason, my print screen button in the snippy tool just stopped working whenever I have TEW open. I don't know. I'll look into that at some other point. But I think it was either the first or the second week of February when I was going through the notes and the news and the headlines and whatnot. Dusty Rhodes has passed away in our game here. So I don't know, about 10 years earlier than he did in real life. But yeah, Dusty Rhodes has passed away in our save game here. So R.I.P. to Dusty and Cody and Dustin and the rest of his family. And let's get to the show. Opening up, Austin Creed versus Nick Nemeth. And it was a poor match. Oof. It was a poor match, and it didn't do well in our ratings, as you can see here with a 15, a 6, with an overall of 17. But the match still got the show off to a strong start somehow. So I don't know. There's that. Up next, Tyler Black versus Prince Devitt. It was a decent match. Tyler picking up the win over Devitt with a super kick. Crowd heat at the end of that was hot and rising. The match got the crowd hotter. Nice. Wrestling did a 25. Crowd only did a 9. Overall, 25. We have the Blue Meanie out here. I found that he works really well now that I took him off of being a road agent, and I just keep him here with comedy promos, doing a bit. Our VCW's own version of our truth, I guess you could say. But we have the Blue Meanie out here cutting a promo, comedy promo, and it worked because the crowd heat at the end of that was white hot and got the crowd hotter. It did a 32. So Blue Meanie, really good out there. Here we have the Briscoe brothers saying, they're heading out to the ring and they're willing to put their titles on the line. They don't really care who comes out there. They're confident they're going to win no matter what. So it's pretty much an open challenge. Crowd heat at the end of that was very hot, and they did a 41 for this segment rating. Let's go to their match. Next wave, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin answer the open challenge to the Briscoes, and it had superb wrestling and great heat. Briscoe brothers still your VCW Tag Team Champions. Okay, the crowd heat at the end of that was very hot. Wrestling did a 48. Crowd did a 29 with a segment rating of 43. So, dominant tag team champs. What is this? Defense number 8 for the Briscoes. They're just not giving up those tag team titles anytime soon, it appears. Here we have a triple threat for the women's title. ODB picking up the win over Angel Williams and Candice LeRae. Candice seemed off her game. Crowd heat was very hot at the end of that. Did a 26 for wrestling, 11 for the crowd rating, and 29 for the segment rating overall. Nigel McGuinness cutting a promo on CM Punk, saying he's getting tired of him and he's going to be the one to take the belt off him and keep the belt off of him. So here, did a good 5-minute promo. Crowd heat into that was very hot. Segment did a 38. Let's get to the World Heavyweight title match, our main event of the evening. Nigel McGuinness versus CM Punk, VCW World Heavyweight Championship on the line. It was an exceptional match, and CM Punk picking up the win. Defense number 7 for CM Punk. Crowd heat at the end of that was very hot, and I got the crowd buzzing, so that's good. Wrestling did a 56. Crowd did a 33. Segment 53. Let's see what we got here. So overall, we did a 42. We increased popularity. Good. Let's see. No. Financials, never good, but let's take a look at them. Negative $54,999. Ouch. Popularity. Let's see. Yeah, 15 going to 16. So we're getting close to rising up from insignificant to tiny because all I need to do is get 17 in our home region here. So look at this. Our spillover regions have went up two to 6. Very nice. Very nice. Let's go and see about some headlines. All right, headlines. Headlines. I just want to double check to see what they're saying about our show here. Extremely positive feedback. It was a great show. Our fans enjoyed it. Good, good. That's what I like to see. What is this news here? BCW had declared bankruptcy. There's another company, one in Japan, something iron, but they are also facing financial troubles. And I don't remember who else. There might have been one more, but that's crazy. I mean, when they were first having bankrupt or financial issues, and I got the notification that they got a warning about it, they were like negative 70. So we're getting close to that. I'm negative 50 somewhere, only negative 19 to 20 something $1,000 away from being where they were when they first had problems. But the other company, the Japan one, the iron, they I got a notification that they were starting to get the financial problems notifications and that they needed to do something quick to change it, but they were only at like negative 12,000. And so it was weird because like here I am at negative 54, 55,000, and I haven't gotten any kind of notice that I'm in danger of closing down or going bankrupt. So hopefully we can get things turned around before that happens. But BCW bankrupt, gone, closed, out of business. Okay. From Canada. Canada. All right. And yeah, they changed their production levels. Okay, good for them. All right. So that was it. That was our February show. And I'll see you guys in a second here for the next show, the March show. And here we are with our season finale for our second year in a row. VCW Revolution. And we have 213 people this time, so that's good. I'm really happy about that. Um, Kicking off the show here, Kevin Steen versus Samoa Joe. Had superb wrestling and great heat. And Samoa Joe, of course, picking up the win. Crowd heat at the end of that was hot and rising. Wrestling did a 51, crowd did a 28. Our segment overall is a 48. It got the crowd hotter and it got the show off to a strong start. That's exactly what I was hoping for. And I knew Samoa Joe and Kevin would deliver. So I'm glad that happened. Here we have a brawl, backstage fight between Angel Williams and Candice LeRae. Crowd heat at the end of that was white hot. It got the crowd hotter. Segment did a 29. Good, good. Show's off to a good start here. Another backstage attack. This time not even a brawl, just an attack. Drew Galloway beats down Nick Nemeth ahead of their match coming up. So the crowd heat at the end of that was very hot, and the segment did a 29. Now, into their match, Nick Nemeth versus Drew Galloway. It was a decent match, and Drew picking up the win. Crowd heat was very hot. Wrestling did a 24. Crowd really not into it, only a 9. Segment did a 25. Brody Lee backstage, hyping himself up, or putting himself over, talking about himself. Crowd heat, very hot. Segment did a 36. And into his match. It was a decent match. Brody Lee versus Evan Courageous. And Brody Lee coming out victorious there. Evan Courageous was rusty. Yeah, it's been a while since he's had a match, I suppose. That's my fault. Crowd heat was very hot at the end. Wrestling did a 21. Crowd only a 19. And segment did a 20. Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley comes out and says he's going to be keeping a close eye on tonight's title match in the main event for the VCW Heavyweight Championship. And he says, the next show, no matter, regardless of who wins, he's coming for them at the next show. So crowd heat at the end of that was very hot. And segment was at 33. The Blue Meanie gets another one of his little comedy spots. Um, it did great. Crowd heat was very hot. Yeah, it's a comedy gimmick and he's sued for comic relief, which is why I have him there. Segment did a 53. Good. Four-way tag team action for the titles. Bout had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. The Young Bucks, no way. This is where they decide to, okay, the Young Bucks have defeated Next Wave, Bad Habit, and the Briscoe Brothers. So yeah, Next Wave here, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. Bad Habit right there, good old Doc Gallows and Eric Redbeard. Wow, the Young Bucks after what was it, 7 defenses that the Briscoe brothers had, 7, 8 defenses. But there we have it, new VCW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks. Oh, okay. Before wrestling was at 35, crowd really wasn't that into it. Only a 16 segment did a 35. Crazy. And triple threat for the women's title. Amazing Kong, ODB, and Beth Phoenix going at it. Let's see, had good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. ODB still hanging on to her championship. What is this? Defense number 5 for her. That's good, good, good. That's crazy. Beth Phoenix was the weak link, and Amazing Kong was the one that was better than everyone, leaving ODB right in the middle. That's crazy, crazy. All right. Crowd heat, very hot. Wrestling was at 36, crowd only a 13, and segment of a 35. Let's move on to the main event of the night, the VCW Heavyweight title match. Here we have lots of red notes. Well, I guess only 2, but still. Bryan Danielson versus Prince Devitt versus Tyler Black versus CM Punk. And it had superb wrestling, great heat. CM Punk still VCW heavyweight champion. That's stiff competition because this was a 30-minute Iron Man match. And wow, that's crazy. So let's see what the match dragged at the end as it was too long for the workers to keep an all-out pace going. It was 30 minutes. There was nothing I could do except for maybe change the people that were in it. Whatever. Bryan Danielson has a gimmick that is getting stale. Okay, well, we're gonna have to freshen that up for him. But the match got the crowd buzzing. Crowd heat was very hot. Wrestling did a 45. Crowd 26. Segment 39. And let's finish the show here. So there we have it. That was our season finale. A bit underwhelming, I think, but at least there's not any reds. It's mostly in the yellows, couple of greens. Definitely could have been better. Overall, did a 42. We gained popularity. That's important. Fans are disappointed that the storylines further during the show, none really had dramatic stakes. Well, sorry about that. But let's move on. No financials. Negative $56,650. Great. Tri-state. Oh, okay. Now I just need to get to 17. I'm almost there. All right. Let's see. Headlines. Here we go. Extremely positive. Great show. Okay, good. So they still enjoyed the show. That's important. That's the important part. Nick Aldis relocate. Okay, thanks. Well, there we have it. Second year in a row now that we've been in business, and we're getting so close to moving up to Tiny. We're gonna get there soon, and you know, we're let's see. Yeah, we're close. I only need one more point here so we can get to Tiny. But that was the show, guys. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.